Hello guys, so the Ghost of Yotai boycott continues to fail. This is one of the big gaming boycotts of 2025. So you do not know, there was a massive boycott for Ghost of Yotai. I'm part of games like Dragon Age the Valley God as well, okay, or Suicide Squad. But seeing that stuff doesn't really work in 2025. You can't really boycott a game because the game doesn't have sexy women in the game. That's not how it works. You can't really do it anymore. Most people don't care about beautiful and sexy women in gaming. Okay, only a bunch of weirdos and grifters, of course, care about that. And of course, once the grift is over, to move on to something else to talk about. That's the endless supply. That's like the as well. Here. Okay, the grifters. They only care about these IPs. When it suits them. Okay, they don't actually care about the actual fans or the actual fans of said franchise as well. Okay, I bet half of the IPs they talk about they have even talked about or heard of before. Okay, like for example, they claim that D&D was a super popular thing that everybody played, but only like 1 million people were buying D&D sets every year. So, every version of the set, it was like 1 million people or so. So they were acting like D&D was this huge cultural important thing. But I don't think I've ever played D&D once. Okay, and I don't think a lot of people who watch this channel have played D&D. If you have played D&D, comment down below. If you haven't, well, you haven't, obviously. But same thing with them talking about how important Red Soldier is, another IP I really don't care for. And of course, let's forget about my favorite IP, Harry Potter, as well. But I don't have to like, but again, everybody likes their own different things. But these grifters, they want to boycott everything because it's too woke now. It's too PC now. But these SRAGs have, finally have met the losing mats. These grifters and of course now SRAGs, well guess what? They're basically upset because Atsu isn't hot enough for them. Like the Oppressor's Eve is. But guess what? Ghost of Yotai sold better than games like Dragon Age the Valley God. And of course, Stellar Blade. Okay. You know what's funny? Dragon Age Valley God and Stellar Blade sold a very similar amount of copies. So, yeah, they sold a very similar amount of copies. I think Stellar Blade eventually outsold Valley God, but both games didn't really do too well as well. But of course, SRG's Big Blue Brady, they claimed the reason why people bought Stellar Blade, according to their stupid logic, is that people want sexy women in gaming. But then Ghost of Yotai also sell very well, outselling Stellar Blade within a month. These people will be silent. They'll just say, but that game sold poorly. By their logic, Ghost of Yotai, when it had a similar budget to Stellar Blade, sold very well, but Stellar Blade is considered a success and Ghost of Yotai is considered a failure. But the game that sold more is considered a failure. And it'll probably sell way more during the holiday season. But according to SRGs, they really made a graph where the game drops off during the right before the holiday season. And absolutely no one buys it during the holiday season. Like, you don't understand how graphs work. But again, that's typical of SRGs. They don't really use the brain anymore. The brain is so cooked from the Eve porn that they don't really use it anymore. But yep, that's what this video here. Goodbye.